Somewhere in this dumpster is trash that we can turn into Christmas bells.
Call us crazy. It might look like junk now, but my mom and I see these as the perfect shapes for high-end Christmas bells.
For the first bell idea, we're going to use an empty oat container. No, we really didn't dumpster dive, but my mom was going to throw it away. We just salvaged it. And we're going to use a plunger from the dollar store.
But yeah, this is going to be the perfect little topper.
Can you see the vision?
Right? And then we're going to take this outside and cut it so it will be the donger clapper. The clapper donger, whatever. All right, so first I'm going to drill a couple of holes. I'm going to smush it so it's down flat against this wood. But I'm going to drill some holes in here so that we can run some wire through to hang our little ring up top. All right, then I'm just gonna eyeball the center of the bottom of the oat container, and we're just gonna do one hole there. I'm using a napkin ring we got from a party supply store as the ring for this. So first I'm just gonna twist the wire around here.
And those are really inexpensive, by the way.
Yeah.
I think you get 8 for like $2.
Just so it's secured on there. Then I'm going to find the holes that I drilled and stick the wire through those. Pull it through, and then I'm just going to twist on the inside to secure it. All right, now I'm going to run a bead of glue around this bottom edge of the oat container. Now I'm gonna be pretty liberal with this. Now I'm just gonna feed the wire down through that hole and then center this, and we'll let this dry. Okay, now I'm gonna make a hole through the clapper so that we can secure it with the wire. Okay, let's get this clapper painted. I'm just gonna use a dark gray. I think this will be a nice contrast to the gold color of the bell we're gonna do.
Yeah, it'll look like iron, I think, once it gets in there.
What do you guys think? Plunger to Christmas bell. Are we crazy? You're gonna have to stick around to see this.
That's right. I do like these things to look as realistic as possible.
Yes.
So we got a plan for the gold of the bell to make it look realistic.
Yeah, we like to do things cheap and on a budget, but it always has to look high-end.
Well, yeah, we don't want it to look...
No, we don't like cheap stuff. Well, we like cheap stuff. We don't like to look cheap.
That's right.
What's the weirdest thing you guys have crafted with before? Have you used a plunger for anything?
Well, I've seen like light fixtures used for a plunger for like a wall sconce.
What?
So, yeah. Have you not seen that?
No.
Oh, yeah. There's many options.
I'm gonna put a little bit of this ebony rub and buff on. This is gonna just give it a little bit more aged look.
Again, little dimension to it.
Doesn't need to be perfect, and I'm not even gonna worry about going up really
Oh, no,
high.
it's just a little bit. It's gonna show.
We are going to paint this oat container bell. I'm just gonna put it upside down in a cup for a minute to get the inside painted. We're gonna do the base coat of this bell in this matte coffee bean, but I don't have enough, I don't think, to do the whole outside and the inside. I'm gonna do the inside black just to spare me some paint, and we'll do brown on the outside. Okay, I'm gonna do the underside of the plunger, and then we'll flip it around. This layer of brown is dry. Now we're gonna use this metallic gold by Krylon in their DIY series. We are going to spray just a little bit. Like that much at a time, and then we're gonna use a paper towel to dab. And And this is just gonna take off some of the paint.
Gives it kind of that mottled look that you get on an old piece of brass.
Just, yeah, I don't know how zoomed in we are, but
We're
to
pretty
kinda
zoomed, but I
give
will.
the look, okay. And the good thing about this is if you don't like what you're doing, just add more paint.
That's true.
It's very forgiving, although I will say my paper towel's sticking.
Oh, yep.
That's fun. But this is not the last step either, so if we don't like what we're doing, there's still more fun to come. But that didn't happen last time we did this, I don't think.
It did not.
This is a matter of trust, guys. Just wait. Oh my goodness. I decided to leave these little paper towel bits on here because I think it's still gonna work. If not, we will address it. But what I'm gonna do now is take this rich espresso and I am going to brush it on in like a crosshatch motion. We'll start over this piece right there. See, yeah, I think it'll be great.
Yeah, it's just adding texture.
Yeah.
It looks great.
And then, so we're just gonna do small areas
And that's going to dry super fast.
and then dab again. So hopefully you can see on camera. Can you see if I spin it a little?
I can see a difference, yes.
Okay, so it's just gonna add a little bit more dimension.
It does, and a little bit shimmer. That has a really nice shimmer to it too.
So I'm gonna just keep going around the bottom, I think. And the idea is just not perfect strokes, because again, this is just gonna help it feel aged, old, and worn. That's why these techniques are so great, because you don't want to be perfect at all. So if you're a perfectionist, like we are, this might be hard for you. Embrace the crazy. See, it's hard for me to even go in crosshatch. It really is.
You want to paint straight?
I do. Or at least one direction. Two is hard. But you need...
Oh, I just love the sheen that I'm seeing on it. It looks great.
Good, because it's kind of hard to see the difference from where I'm working, actually.
It's because our lights are off.
Yeah.
And I swear, once we finish this, you won't know that it's not an old brass bell unless you touch it.
Yep. You know what? I like these paper towel globs.
You know, maybe that was just a happy accident.
Yeah.
Because it does add a little bit of more texture.
Yep.
So it looks like a little bit of corrosion on there. So it looks great.
Yep.
So this is just really a three-step process. Your undercoat, the gold, and then this rich espresso color. And that's it.
See, after watching this video, guys, you're gonna be going through your house, looking at everything by shape and going, ooh, that's a bell. Ooh, that's a bell. That's a bell. And you're gonna wanna turn everything into bells. Because we did these last year and that's how we were.
We were, and we had them on the tree. We had them hung on the mantle. You name
A
it.
mirror was pretty.
The mirror.
A wreath on the front door.
Yep.
I kind of wish I had more of those. I really do. Those little
We should
blobs
have
of
left
paper.
more paper towel on, huh?
I know, I like it.
Who knew?
I know. So when you do yours,
And if it sticks,
get them on. Don't worry.
and you would never know that's an oat milk container.
Nope.
No way. Yep, we just need to add our rope, our hangers to these and get these staged up for you.
See, guys, look. Can you see that glob of paper towel? Really good.
It does, it looks great.
Looks
yeah,
cool.
the
And
bumps.
there.
Yeah.
I love it.
great.
All right, I am going to thread the wire through the clapper if I can.
And tip is make sure your wire's hanging out through the bottom.
Yeah, I
of
didn't
your
do
bell.
that. That's a problem. So now it's in there. I'm gonna twist. Well, now I did too much. Okay.
Oh, you got it. Oh, you did it. Looks great.
Yes, love it.
All right, for this bell, we are going to use a toilet paper roll and an Easter egg. Okay, can you see the vision? So first we're gonna cut down our toilet paper roll, and I think we're gonna go about 2 1/4 inches will be the height here of our bell. I know there's tons of toilet paper roll crafts out there, so tell me what you have made with rolls of toilet paper. We know.
And don't give up on us yet, because yes, it's a toilet paper roll, but it is gonna look like a metal bell.
It
really will.
Really will.
So don't look away.
So first thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna put a little glue around the rim of the egg, and then I'm gonna just put in the edge I cut, and it fits perfectly on that little lip where the egg snaps together. If you've seen those brass bells online, they usually have kind of a rim, a little ridge where the curved edge and the straight edge meet, kind of where the metal rolls together. So I'm gonna just take the glue gun, and I don't need this to be perfect, because if it's more imperfect, the better it looks. I'm just gonna turn it and make a ridge of hot glue. And this is just gonna give our bell a little more dimension. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool for a minute. Okay, while that cools, I'm gonna just cut a strip of the rest of this toilet paper roll that's maybe, I'd say maybe 3/8 of an inch. And from this, we're gonna make our little loop this time that's gonna go on the top. So I'm gonna figure out how big I want that to be. And then glue our little loop together. Next, I want to put just a bead of glue around this lower edge. And this is going to look like the rolled up metal that you would see on a real bell, where it kind of has that little finished edge. So I'm going to just, again, just go all the way around this edge. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue and glue my ring. And my little egg has 2 little holes already in it. And so we're going to use that to secure our clapper. Is it starting to look like a bell to you?
A hodgepodge bell. Yes.
Hodgepodge. Yes, it will look better, I promise.
It will.
So now we're going to use the popsicle stick, and you can see this is going to be a little too long. So I'm going to cut off about 1/2 inch. We'll drill a hole. We are ready for paint. I'm just going to use this charcoal paint. We've used it on a few other bells. And this is just kind of our undercoat. And again, we're going to stipple it. This is the paint that I have that's got the baking soda in it. So by stippling it, we're going to get texture, which is going to help it look like real metal. Think of a brass piece, how it's got some texture to it. And as we put this paint on, it's going to help stiffen up this cardboard too. And of course, these will last for a long time. You just want to store them carefully so they don't
Get smushed.
get squished.
I just love that the kids could do these too.
Oh,
like if they're
not the hot glue
little
part,
enough, yeah, help with
but
the
they
hot
could
glue,
totally pounce paint on and do this. Absolutely, this could be.
They might be really good at this texture because it does not need to be perfect.
And if you've got little crafters, I love the time when your kids were little and they loved to craft with us. But those days have passed right now.
It's sad.
It may come back.
They're little punks.
Now they're teenagers.
They don't want to spend time with us anymore.
And we're not friends.
Yeah.
So I would love for them to come and craft with us again. But, one day, maybe one day. I miss those times.
So do I.
Doing it with them together. It was fun. Do you guys do crafting with your grandkids, and do they still love it? We do want to put a little paint on the inside because, if you hang these up and you can see underneath, you don't want to see cardboard. And to get our realistic metal finish, we're just going to dab on Rub and Buff. And I am going to dab at this on this particular piece. And We do want to leave a little bit of the dark black charcoal color showing through here and there. I hope you can see the texture that's coming through on this. It looks amazing. And you can see that some of that dark charcoal is still showing through, but there's the gold metallics just getting layered on the top. Okay, one thing I absolutely love about using the toilet paper roll is it's got kind of the spiral where it's pieced together, the cardboard, and that looks just like the metal seam. I think it just looks amazing. And no one would know that it's not metal.
Nope.
You're gonna totally believe that it's metal and not cardboard. Garbage, trash. I mean, how many rolls of toilet paper do you go through in a week?
Too many with 5 people.
This one goes together so fast. Okay, once this is dried, then I'm just gonna take some paper towel and just buff it and bring it to its shine. Okay, and the last thing to do is just to attach our clapper. And I've got these little holes that came in the Easter egg. They already had holes. If it didn't, you could always just drill a hole. So once you've got both of the wires through, then you can just give it a little twist to secure it inside. And then I'm just gonna take the wire and go through the little hole that we drilled in our popsicle stick. Push it up there as far as I can. And then I'm just gonna twist the wire around the stick up at the top. Give it a little bit of a twist again. And then once you've got it there, you can just kind of push the excess wire up in so that it doesn't show. There we go. Okay, now we are going to make some bells out of actual trash.
Yep.
So I've got this peanut butter jar, and my idea is that we're gonna just trim off this edge where the rim is, and then Steph's got
Some mustard.
the mustard.
And the inspiration for this shape comes from this cowbell, all right? Do you see the vision? A little similarity, right?
It is, yeah, I love it.
So I'm gonna trim that. Oh, I'm just gonna
Somehow
cut.
I thought this was, oh my gosh, gonna be easy.
Okay. Now I'm gonna cut up.
I wonder if it's softer at other places, but not by that rim.
Now I'm gonna go. Huh, that's not very straight.
I don't want to cut myself. Oh my word. But why, Steph?
What?
You cut the wrong way. This is the part we're keeping. Not this part. The bell is supposed to be like this.
Whoops. Told you it's not a good DIY day. Start over.
I ran into the garage and grabbed a couple of different saws. This one's very fine tooth, so maybe I'll try this one first and see how it works.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna empty your mustard here. Try this again. Guys,
Okay.
do you sometimes have off crafting days? My brain's just not with it today. It'll be fine.
Wow, that is hard plastic. Just saying.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the bigger teeth and see what happens.
Let's see who can make more noise.
I'm just like desperate to find an easier way to cut this.
Maybe I should trade you so I don't do that wrong. I'll saw and you cut that.
Feel free.
All right. Whoa.
Don't you dare cut my countertop.
You're more worried about your counter than my hand?
Didn't see what you did. Yes. This one's easy breezy to cut.
Well, yeah. Huh. It's not doing...
Trying to think what else I have to cut with. The multi-tool.
Yeah, that'd be way faster.
It would. Should I go grab that?
Yeah.
easy breezy.
Okay, but if people don't have that tool,
Right.
just leave the bottom on, it's fine.
Yeah, you could just leave
Now
the
you have
bottom
to sand
on.
that, make it pretty.
Sand with it. Okay, I want to make like a little rim, like would be around the bottom of a real bell. And so I'm just going to hot glue jute around there.
And my inspo bell does not have a rim, but the general consensus was we're adding one.
The general consensus.
Yes.
Well, it's a lot more flimsy
yeah.
than mine is, so.
So I'm waiting for this hot glue.
We can share.
Sometimes. We also decided to leave the stickers on this mustard jar because we thought it would just add a little bit of design underneath our paint.
Yeah, a little bit of character to it, like the metal is
Beveled
raised or something.
So this bell has some pretty prominent seams to it that have been welded together, and then also some globs that look cool.
It looks, yeah, rustic,
Yeah.
rusty, textured.
So I'm gonna just add some pretend seams with the hot glue. Okay, and then I think I'm just gonna do some random spots. And I don't wanna use my finger, but I wanna,
Oh,
well, cause it's not perfect.
oh, I
see?
realized that.
Okay, you just don't know what I'm thinking.
And I don't know what you're
Yeah,
thinking.
we have different brains.
We do.
I'm just
Okay, that's a good idea.
Pouncing
I didn't think of that at all.
glue. Have you ever pounced glue?
I have never pounced glue.
I was asking them.
Oh. But I haven't either.
All right. Me neither, guys. Who knew? This is gonna be like the biggest development in DIY crafting.
Pouncing hot glue?
Yeah. It's gonna be great texture.
Okay.
Okay.
Next up, we need to have our little ring attached for our bell.
Yep, so we're just gonna use a drill. What do we have? Like a 1/8 of an inch bit?
Yeah, about little. Oh, I'm gonna get you some wire too.
And we're basically just drilling 2 little holes that we can stick the wire down and secure these rings.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a lot of wire because we wanna secure the clapper to the wire too.
Okay. Okay, then if I can get my chunky fingers up here, this is gonna be tricky.
Can you do it? You're doing it.
I am. Let's see if your hands fit better than mine did.
Well, my hands are bigger than yours.
But your opening's bigger.
Yeah,
It's hard, isn't it?
yes. My hands are really big. All right, I want to add texture to mine, and we're gonna start out both with a dark base. I'm gonna use this nice charcoal gray, and I'm gonna add a little baking soda in it to get some texture to it.
Mine is a Black Dog salvage paint, and it is called Dirt, and it's just a dark brown. It is similar to a chalk paint where you don't need to prime it, so I'm just gonna apply it directly onto this plastic. And this is adding a smidge of texture, but not really.
But your glue left a lot of
I know.
texture, so that looks good. I like it. And this coat really isn't need to look terrific because it's just our base coat that's going to make our gold or bronze or whatever color we're doing going to really stand out and show and add in that texture by layering in color.
Look
say.
at that beautiful
Oh,
pounced glue.
I love your texture.
Yep, it's the best.
Does this just look like a hot mess right now? Mm-hmm. Because I'm kind of thinking it does at the moment. I decided to paint a second one of these so that I would have a pair to hang together. And it's the same peanut butter jar, but this time I actually decided not to add that twine around the bottom. I just felt like it already had a natural lip on it, and so I don't think it's necessary. And when I mixed up the paint this time, I put less baking soda in it, so it wasn't quite as textured, because I really loved the little ribs that were already in the top of well, it was actually the bottom of the peanut butter jar. But I love the way that looked. To me, that looked like it was a bell. Anyway,
and you can't really see it on the more textured
no,
one,
you can't. It kind of lost
that. It
that.
does look a lot better this time.
But it's okay. This one will look like it's more like corroded from age,
sure.
right? So it'll still make a good pair. And I do love, Steph, the way you got the texture on yours with
pouncing glue.
Pouncing the hot glue.
It's a great idea.
It looks amazing. I kind of wish I would have done it.
You still can.
I can on a new project.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're ready to try to get our finish. So what is your plan?
Well, I am going to try to recreate this look, I suppose. So I don't really know. I'm just gonna play around. I've got European gold and antique gold rub and buff I can play with. I think I might just use my fingers to smudge it, because the messier the better.
Oh yeah, because that does look like it's smudgy.
Right.
Okay.
But I also have a little pouncing brush if I need.
Okay. And I am going to try, this color is called the Rich Espresso, and I'm going to try this. I've used it on bronze color before. And if that doesn't work, I also have this metallic gold. So, and I'm planning on pouncing mine and just using paint. But we'll see, because I might need to add something in along the way.
Yeah, and I might add some paint.
Yeah, we're just gonna play.
Yep,
so let's get busy.
Alrighty.
All right, I'm excited to see what this is gonna look like, because we don't really know until we play around.
Just part of playing around. But yeah, I feel like mine just is gonna be better smudged.
So this to me is more of a bronzy color of gold, but I want to leave, I think, a little black here and there showing. This is just a craft paint, and it does have a really nice metallic sheen to it. So I think it's gonna work great to give me kind of a bronze looking bell.
I will say too that once this paint dried, it's not as like
flexible.
Yeah,
yeah. I kind of noticed that too after it dried. It really stiffened up that mustard container. And
yeah, I'm just kind of swirling around. This is looking really cool.
Oh, just with your finger.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And I don't need to be gloved up for this. I just thought it would be nice that I don't have to wash my hands.
I agree.
And you know, maybe the glove adds a little texture.
Is it adding a little bit to it?
Maybe. So I'm just using, which one? Antique gold right now.
You're gonna use both golds?
Maybe.
Okay.
Because I feel like this has variations in it.
Okay. I am so far very pleased with this color. I've never tried it just by itself. I've always layered it with other paints. So I'm kind of excited how this is turning out. It does feel very antique bronzy to me. Are you guys fans of antique stuff, or just old vintage stuff?
Or recreating things to look that way.
That's right. Or the recreation, which is half the fun, isn't it?
Yep.
Always gets me excited when a project turns out better than I even anticipated it to be.
Well, and also, like, true vintage things are really, really awesome, but they can also be expensive.
They can, right. And we can recreate that look for pennies. I mean,
it's
basically,
true.
These are almost free. Yes, we're using
yeah.
some paint, but we already have the paint on hand.
Yep.
And the rest is just trash, basically.
Yep. The thing I like about doing stuff like this too is it's like the more imperfect it is, the better it looks.
That's true.
So it's like you don't have to try to get it to look
yeah, there's no perfect straight lines.
You don't want it to be perfect.
Right.
Okay, well that's just the one shade. I think that one is really cool.
Okay, me too. All right, have you started to think about what trash, what jars you've got laying around your house that you could transform into a bell? And let us know what you think might make a good shape for a bell.
Yeah, once you start looking at things as shapes rather than what they actually are, everything can be a bell.
That's true. When I saw the mustard container, I'm like, oh my gosh, that reminds me of my cowbell. So I had to go pull it out of my Christmas decor, and I thought, I think it will work.
There's even a really fun spaghetti sauce jar that has some nice curves on it. We're like, ooh, that would be pretty well.
Yeah, lots of different things.
I feel like I already kind of did buff it as I applied because I was rubbing so much. Yeah, this already has lots of variation in it, but I do think I want to do a little bit of this brighter gold.
Okay, what's your thoughts? Are you going to put another layer on yours?
Yes, I am going. So I started with antique gold. Now I'm going to do a little bit of European gold because it's a little bit different color. Because I feel like this still has some...
It has warm
more
tones in it.
variation.
Yeah, okay.
And if I don't get the right gold, I might use some paint. We'll see.
Okay, cool.
But I am just going to use my finger still. That worked really good.
And I do love that the ridges are showing on this particular one better than the other. So I'm glad I painted a second container.
Yeah, I think it looks a lot better.
Yeah, the other one was just a little bit too textury to really see the detail that I was missing on that. So
I think I'm also gonna have to come back in with some brown paint or something just because it needs a little bit of the dark stippling.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna let that dry.
But I do love the hot glue.
Oh my gosh, that was such a great
stipples.
idea. I love it. Should I add a little bit of rub and buff to it? Or
Yes.
what about the black rub and buff?
Okay,
Maybe.
give it a whirl.
Okay. Have you guys tried black rub and buff? Ooh, yeah. This is kind of looking like I'm adding almost like some, what do you want to call it?
Like it's tarnished?
Yeah, that's it. But it's going to have that metallic sheen to it as well. And then I can give it a good buffing at the end. But I'm kind of just trying to highlight some of those distressed areas with it. I feel like this one would be found in an old barn where it got a little bit of moisture on it and it just really aged it.
All right, I'm gonna buff this and then I think I'm gonna stipple on a little bit of brown paint here and there. And I think I might be done.
Okay, the last little step I'm gonna do is just to buff that black metallic, and I think I'm gonna be done. So that was really quick and easy. I guess we do have one more step. We have to add our clapper to these.
Right. Okay, I'm just gonna use the same brown paint we started with. I'm just gonna stipple on some brown here and there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just what it needed. Love it.
Again, it's making it look a little more less perfect. I think I might even do some black rub and buff.
Oh, I do.
Yep.
I really like the way the black rub and buff turned out because it gives you a little bit of that metallic, but it really ages it. That's just what it needed.
Yep.
I kind of wish I had a second mustard container so we could have a pair of those at least.
Well, if I didn't cut one wrong.
Oh, Steph, that looks amazing. I think the next bells we try, we need to for sure add the glue texture to them as well.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I tell you, pounce and hot glue, it's the new thing. I started it.
We think
well,
you started.
I never saw it before.
I've
I
never
thought
seen
of
it
it,
either.
and then I did.
Okay, you want the black rub and buff?
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing.
Maybe I'm getting carried away. I tend to get carried away with things.
Do you guys get carried away when you're distressing something that it kind of goes overboard? Looks great. Okay, I think we're ready to add our clappers. Okay, we just took a little lunch break and I came back and now that I'm looking at these, I just feel like I want a little bit more yellowy, maybe more like this color. Little dimension. I want to add one more color. So I'm going to use this, it's called Gleams Metallic, and this particular one is it's called Metallic Gold is the color, and it's a Gleams from Ceramcoat.
It's also probably 35, 40 years old, so.
It's true, it might be a little different.
Yeah.
That's true, I have had this forever.
Yeah.
But it's still good, so
Yep.
why not? Okay.
And I am loving the look of this, but I do feel like it needs to be a little bit brighter as well. So I think I'm gonna
You're gonna use this color too?
I might.
So I'm just gonna go here and there and just add a little bit of this more yellowy gold instead of that bronzy gold that I had on here. And are you pouncing just like I am? Oh, I like it.
I don't know. Again, it's hard to tell what I like. Well, you guys, just so you know, we are filming in the dark.
Well,
Because otherwise you get yellowy tones, and we're doing this for you. So it looks better. But it's not very bright in here.
it's not, because it's fall. I need my leaves to fall off the trees.
Yeah.
And it would help.
So we're kind of working blindly a little bit.
Yeah, we have to stop and turn on the lights to kind of double check things.
I'll just flip on the lights and you guys will see what I mean.
Okay. It might even make it too bright in that camera because it won't automatically adjust.
Yep, see, that's I
Can you see?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It looks very much like that now.
It does. So,
Great.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. It's just adding in that extra bit of depth.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. We're just gonna hang our little clappers now. We just painted some popsicle sticks. Super technical here. What if we just twist it and that's how it gets up in there? You know
Yes,
what I'm
I
saying?
do like
Yeah,
that.
like that. Boom, boom, boom. That's like make life easy for us. Well, look.
No, I like it. I don't think we often make our life easy.
Ding, ding. Mine's done.
Well, I can't get my wire through. There we go.
Shall I do your other one?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Because that one's got the shorter wire. Good luck.
Oh.
There we go. Oh, look, it even jingles. Kind of.
Sure.
All right, I picked up this beautiful, I'm sure it's a piece of a light fixture, when we were thrifting for our Thanksgiving tablescape movie, and I loved it. I had to get it, but I wasn't quite sure if I was going to use it for our bell video because I think it has the beautiful shape of a bell, or I thought it could be a cloche as well. So I'm going to use it for a bell, and so I'm going to give it a good cleaning, and then I'll show you how we're going to turn it into a bell. So this is my plan. I'm going to set this off to the side for a second. I have a bin where I just keep parts of light fixtures. My plan is to take this finial that I think was on a chandelier and just take it off the wire. And then I've got this threaded rod here, and I'm thinking maybe I should paint this before I do too much, or put rub and buff on it. Maybe I'll do rub and buff. But this was part of a chandelier as well, and it's got lots of little holes around here where the crystals were hanging off of that as it was threaded together. So my idea is to thread this up in here, thread this on, attach these two pieces, and this will kind of be my clapper, although it's really not going to swing or anything, but it's just going to be decorative. And then I'm going to place this in my Christmas tree. I think it's going to be gorgeous. I've got some antique gold rub and buff, and I'm just going to brush it on this threaded pipe. And it is really a close match to the gold that's already on this chandelier piece. And this is going to just make this all tie together and really look like a beautiful, very unique piece.
I think I'll also put some of that rub and buff on the finial section and then also on the coupler that is going to connect my rod to the finial.
Okay, let's put this together. We're going to place the finial inside the little hole that was already there. And then I've got this little piece that was down in my electrical supplies. I'm just going to screw that, thread that on there. And then I've got the little coupler piece that I bought. And I'm going to attach that to our other piece that's threaded. And then I'm just going to attach the clapper part. And that is just going to thread right inside that piece. All right, and there we have it. Does it look like a bell now?
Please tell us we're not the only ones stubborn enough to recreate decor that's too expensive for our liking. We're gonna do that with these bowls here to recreate this Pottery Barn bell. We are just going to put one on top of the other. See, you see the vision? And then for the rounded part, I thought it would be fun to use this. Does this have a name? It's part of a light fixture.
Right, it's probably called the canopy or something like that.
Okay, so, you know, just you can see the vision, right? So what we're gonna do to start is use some E6000 glue to glue these all together. We did grab all of these from the thrift store. It was actually kind of a hunt. Well, I lied. These ones I got from the Dollar Tree, so they were still cheap, but we had to go to the thrift store for some of the bigger bowls. So like I said, our plan is to glue these with E6000, and we're gonna put a dab of hot glue here and there as well, just to hold it in place while this glue dries, because this is gonna take a while. Oh, I got it on me. This
I did not.
sticky glue. Okay, so I'm gonna use these crimp rings. I had this package in my garage. I'm sure we just had way too many for something once. But it's gonna make the perfect little ring to the top of these bells. So I'm gonna use a little bit of wire, and then I'm just going to put it through here and twist it so it's tight. And there's not gonna really be anything for the wire to secure to in here. So my idea is to just make a great big blob. And I plan to glue the blob and then glue that.
Okay, so some other options that you could use if you don't have a little canopy, but you know what? Look at yard sales, and lots of times people have old electrical parts they're just getting rid of. That's how I got my box full of stuff. But you could use small little bowls. We've used little bowls from the Dollar Tree before.
Just put them upside down.
Yep, just put them upside down. All right, I think it's gonna work. Look, success. Or maybe we could have just glued them. I don't know, maybe we didn't need the wire. It seemed like a little extra securing was a good idea.
These are pretty cute just the way they are. They've got a little bit of silver and a little bit of a gold biddle. So if you like this look, you could definitely keep it just like this. But since I am trying to recreate that Pottery Barn look, I am going to paint them gold. So I just have a Lazy Susan here. I'm gonna use a bucket so that I can put this in upside down and spray the bottom side first, and I'll just use some spray paint because that's gonna be quick and easy to do. But I'm gonna use this metallic gold leaf by Krylon. It's in their DIY series. I think it's gonna be the perfect color that I'm going for. We just got back from a couple day girls weekend just to veg and relax.
So nice to just get away.
Yeah, so today we're finishing up the last little bits of these bells. They're all dry. And you know what? Looking at them, they are slightly different shapes, but that's okay.
It looks
It's
great.
gonna be fine, all with the garland and everything.
It'll be super cute.
Yep, so let's get these finished up. Practiced a little bit on paper to see what size of like the opening of the bell these would all be. So we're gonna use an 1¼ inch hole punch for this big one, 1 3/8 for this one, and then 1 inch for this one, and then the width of
These little rectangle pieces.
this one's 1/2 inch.
3/4.
Nope.
Yes.
Oh yeah, half, 3/4, and 1. So hopefully that'll give you an idea at least of what we're doing. So we're gonna do 4 of these little shapes for each bell. And we're gonna do this out of vinyl just because that we thought would be the easiest.
Yeah, it's just adhesive vinyl that you would put like in your Cricut machine. Only we're just gonna cut it with a paper cutter and a hole punch.
Yep. You could definitely like hand paint this on.
Yeah.
You could design this shape with your Cricut or other cutter machine, but we just thought we would show this way in case some of you don't have access to one. These bells from Pottery Barn also have little stars on them, but I don't really love that part. So if you wanted to recreate that, you could just do a star hole punch, which we do have.
Yeah.
Or again, like using a Cricut machine or Silhouette machine to cut that. Or hand paint it.
Or you could actually hand cut them too.
Oh yeah.
You don't
We're
have
just so
to.
like lazy. Let's use these tools.
Well, you might as well if you have the tools.
That's right. So now what we're gonna do is just round the edges like our inspo bells on these straight pieces.
That one's better.
Now we just need to stick all these little vinyl pieces on.
Oh, that was cute.
It does look really cute.
Okay, you please. Look how cute that is. Please tell me I put that on the right way. Okay.
Now it's a legitimate bell. For our next bell idea, we found these lovely serpent drinking glasses at the Dollar Tree. So
Oh, we saw a
the
bell.
shape of the bell.
We saw a bell.
So we are gonna take off the snake. We don't want a snake Christmas bell. And I'm scared. It's gonna like fling me.
I'm a little
Closing my
nervous
eyes.
myself.
Okay.
Oh,
Got it.
That's
That's why-
scary.
Yeah.
How's this coming off?
I looked away, guys. Whoa, you scared me too.
Okay. Oh, well, I got my whole thing off.
Oh.
And look, it's perfect.
Well, okay.
There you go.
How'd you do that?
I just prayed.
Well,
Okay, what are you
Boingo.
the thoughts? We need a ring. We
Yes.
use our same ring and attach it again with wire.
yeah.
Okay.
I think on these ones though, we're thinking silver. Because we've always been doing is gold bells.
Right.
These are like, for Dollar Tree, these are pretty sturdy.
They are pretty sturdy. All right, let's give us a nice piece of wire. I got plenty to work with.
Thank you.
You bet.
We're just gonna use these same rings the whole time. They're a great
It's
little rings.
actually, I'm glad you had those
I
lying
know.
around your garage.
I wish they were a little bigger,
Yeah,
but it's okay.
it's fine.
What are they? A plumbing part? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's if you use like the compression fittings to do your pipes instead of copper soldering stuff.
Okay.
And it crimps around on the pipe with this, crimps around. There's a special tool you use.
Okay, that's enough plumbing talk.
All right, no more plumbing talk.
I just was curious. Let's go paint these up. I think we'll start with black to give it a nice undertone, and then we have an idea for the silver.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give this just a light coating of silver paint. And this is like really glossy metallic paint. And then I'm gonna take a piece of paper towel and I'm gonna come in. Oh,
Too much?
I twisted. I didn't want to twist. I just wanted to dab. I'm gonna have to come back and fix that. Let's try that again. I'm not loving this stuff.
Okay. We were just
Well,
experimenting.
We are. I don't like that you can see the texture of the paper towel.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm trying plastic wrap. We've decided that we really want to do another layer on these bells. It's just not quite the dimension, depth
We need
we
lots
want.
of layers for all these, I'm thinking. Lots of goodness.
Okay, so this is just some metallic paint that I stenciled a wall with like 15 years ago.
But this paint is a little bit translucent. So
is.
the idea is, we're thinking, to go across the whole bell just to add a little bit. You're still gonna be seeing these little areas of dark underneath.
Okay, I would say crosshatch again though.
I can't do cross.
Well, I don't think you want to have regular brush strokes on it.
Okay.
That's what I think. What do you guys think?
It's hard to
It's hard.
do it, yeah.
And then paper towel to blot it
All
too.
right.
And it does dry super fast. But yeah, that's just gonna kind of help blend the brush strokes.
I'm really having a hard time with that crosshatch today. Can't do it.
Not coordinated enough to crosshatch. Oh, I really see more sheen to it.
Okay, we still do have one other layer of goodness. Who do you guys like to craft with? Do you have some friends? We used to get together every month and have like a scrapbook night. That was fun.
Yeah, or just basic crafting, whatever you wanted
People
to do.
just brought whatever. Did
Yep.
that for years and
Oh,
years
we
and years.
did. Oh, I love that. Looks nice. I hope you guys can see that sheen as I turn it back and forth. Looks really pretty.
Yeah.
We're gonna try some of this metallic Rub and Buff black,
Ebony.
ebony. And I'm gonna take a little bit on just like an artist brush. This one here is a little more, it's a fabric brush. The idea is just
tend
to add,
be the too mucher.
is to just add a little bit more depth in a few spots, but I don't want it to be too much. Black is powerful.
It is. Because these are silver bells.
But black is a great, oh, look, I made a crack.
Okay, but what about that? It's too much?
No, I think it's fine.
Too much?
Just think of like a little corrosion spot or something like that. That's kind of what we're trying to do. And maybe even just a few little dots like that kind of look like a little bit of corrosion.
I just got a lot.
Uh-oh. I've got just a little bit here and there, and I do love the sheen now. It's funny that really glossy silver paint just didn't give us a lot of sheen.
Yeah, it was weird.
But this layer really did add it on. These bells need some sort of a little hanger now.
Yep.
So we got this rope at Michael's, and I got it there because it's really
soft
soft.
and
you can,
nice and bendy.
Yeah, if you go get it at Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, it tends to be really stiff.
Yeah, and it doesn't like tie well either.
Yes. We're gonna begin, just figure out how big we want our little loops to be.
This one was already cut, so I'm just gonna use it. And you can make them as long or as short as you want.
Yeah, just
I think
depending
this guy
on
needs a
how
big
you're
one.
gonna hang it.
Yay on the silver.
That's good.
All right. After this, we're gonna get them all styled up too. So then you guys tell us which one is your favorite.
Absolutely.
And if you're gonna try to make any this year.
And then for this small bell, I'm just gonna use just a piece of jute. And this one, I might just loop it in just like that and tie it off.
I don't know if I have a favorite, but I do love that this looks so cool.
I
Just
love
saying.
the shape of it too.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I woke up thinking one morning
Yeah.
that a mustard container
Yeah.
would make a great bell.
Who knew?
Who knew? That's right. So I'm just gonna put a drop of hot glue on the rope, and then I'm gonna just wrap this around to kind of secure it together. Just because this other rope is so bulky.
Yeah, it would be hard to tie a knot and have it stay and look good.
Yeah.
So that's why.
And then just kind of where I started, put another drop of glue, pull it tight,
This is where we
and let
share.
it dry. Yeah, we're gonna
We
share.
can play nice sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
While we work, I'm just going to tell you one thing that we did this weekend that was kind of new for us. Well,
Yeah, we've
Okay.
always wanted to do it.
yes,
and have
my
been
niece
nervous.
does plein air painting, and my sister.
And explain what that is, because
Oh, it means you do your painting outside, looking just right then. My niece was able to come up, and we asked her if she'd bring her paint supplies and teach us a few things. So, not that I liked my painting at all,
me either.
but I learned a lot from
And it was
her.
fun.
And it was super fun. It was just fun to be creative.
Yeah.
And I liked it. Worked on it for 2 days. So are any of you painters? Because I did toll painting. I've done more like craft painting. I've never thought of myself as an artist, but I've had this desire to paint because my sister was the artist, and I just love what she does.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that we feel so confident painting home decor,
furniture,
stuff like that,
walls,
and we're fine with it. And I think that seems intimidating to them.
You're right.
And then the whole artist painting seems really intimidating to us.
It does, but I want to learn.
Me too.
And I think I can.
Oh, absolutely. You can learn anything you want.
That's true.
Anybody can. There's just something about creating.
Yes, it is so good for you to get your hands. It's just good for your soul to create something.
Yes, there's a quote that I'm gonna find, and I'll put it.
You put it on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Done.
we're ready to style.
I do have plans to hang these up around my door like the Pottery Barn inspo, but Halloween is this week. I can't bring myself to put Christmas out with Halloween, so we're gonna wait a couple days.
We hope you enjoyed these ideas. Let us know which ones you like best and if you plan to make any of your own.
And we think you'll like this one next.